Okay.
All right.
No, we're not.
Yeah, we are. What the fuck? We're live.
Huh?
Huh?
What? All
I
right.
can hear an echo, so I'm assuming we're live.
Yeah. So, welcome, guys. We made it to episode 19. I don't know why we're still doing content. I thought this channel was dead. One
Not
thing.
our fault.
It's all my fault. I agree. I will take the burden. Wait. Why do I hear an echo? Or was that someone else?
That came from your mic.
Really? All right.
Yeah.
What's it called? I'm not sure if the upload thing's going to cause issues if you guys do not hear the other people on here. Let me know in chat so I can fix it as we keep going. This week we are joined with the usual crew. We're missing Dean. Jason was able to make
He
it this
had to
time.
go watch Tenchi Muyo.
Yeah, he had to watch
Yeah,
Tenchi.
I didn't work today.
Hey man, he's dedicated. He's dedicated. Gotta respect that.
Yeah.
Oh man. And then we have a special guest on here, the Anime Evo champion himself, Kevin. You want to introduce yourself?
I'm Kevin, yeah. One Anime Evo champion, and I also do all the stats for JP, WGP stuff. I'm here to talk about the
He's
ban list.
also the blessed soul who takes the time to update Encore decks with a lot of the winning deck profiles.
Oh wait, that's
Yeah.
you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is me, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Sweet.
Kind of cringe.
Just slightly cringy. All right. So this week we're gonna have like an hour-long podcast or so. We are looking. The main two topics we have basically are Adventure Time for English and the JP ban list that recently rolled out. We're gonna have discussions on those. Before we get into those, as far as like any news happening, it was just a bunch of announcements for sets, right? So we have Shiny Colors coming out in Japanese as well as.
Did we only get like 3?
Yeah, I
we
think-
got 2. We got 2 in a date.
We got two in a
Yeah.
date.
So what? Shiny Colors, Ilia Carnival.
Yeah, the
Fair
Ilia-
or
Ilia
something?
Booster.
Phantasm, yeah.
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 EB,
And then
and then
yeah,
the date for Underworld for Sword Art.
Oh yeah, Sword Art. Oh yeah, so Underworld was announced before, right? This isn't like
Yeah, we
Yeah.
got the date for
Yeah.
February. That's
Oh,
all.
okay.
End of February. Prillia's like middle of February.
Yeah, with
Really
also
big.
9 of the cards in the 40 card set are reprints. Woo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't wait for them to print just like another stupid finisher.
Wait,
And it's
there's
just, like,
reprints in
the
that
exact
set?
same deck.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
nine
yeah.
of
Like
them.
the money cards, like the Azusa and the
Yeah,
free-
it's all the
man.
best cards, like actually. So it's like
Dang.
really good.
Literally
Yeah.
no reason to ever buy a set in fear of a new set coming out to support it because they'll just reprint all the money cards.
Yeah,
There's
so they
one
print-
money card I think they're missing. They're missing Drop Searcher. But we're going to assume they're going to reprint a
They're
Drop
gonna
Searcher.
get a better
What-
drop searcher.
They put like what Miu EP, they put Ilya Azusa, they put the Free Fresh.
Did
Yeah,
they
it's a
reprint
shame.
the Brainstorm?
The green early play. Yeah.
Brainstorm? No.
No, they didn't reprint the Brainstorm.
But like we're going to assume they give it a better
Yeah,
Brainstorm.
we're assuming we get a better Brainstorm. We're assuming we get a better drop stage, etc., etc.
Yeah.
But they print a lot of like the more core cards.
The super expensive one too. The Free Fresh is like $40.
Yeah, the Free Fresh is money, and it's the cuter one. It's the Ilya one.
Yeah, not the Miu.
All right, and then they haven't spoiled anything for Shiny Colors, right? Other than that, I saw on Twitter earlier
Did they say there's like 6 trial decks or something?
there's 6
Like,
trial decks because why not?
Yeah.
It's an ILO group.
God.
But I did see the double R combo from
Oh wait.
Review
I
Starlight Relive
Mhm.
is printed as a
Now.
TD combo in
No,
this
no, no,
set.
no, 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 no. You're getting it wrong. That's not Shiny Colors. That's Nijigasaki.
Is it?
That's
Oh,
a
okay.
Love
Oh yeah, yeah.
Live.
Sorry,
Yeah,
that's
that's
Love Live.
the
Yeah,
Love
yeah,
Live.
yeah.
No, they
You're
got the
right.
Mocha,
The
right?
other idol set.
No, no. That was Ilya got the Mocha. Which one did?
Yeah,
wait,
Assault Lily got
More?
Mocha as a trial deck.
Yeah, Salt Lily.
Except
what
it
card?
heals on play instead of
Which
on-
Relive combo did they get?
The level
Aaron?
1 gate one.
The gate combo.
It's the
Gate
Minami.
Oh, the
Yeah.
Minami.
The exact same text as that one.
yeah.
Feels kind of bad for Relive, but yeah.
We're gonna get a relive set.
Review.
Trust.
Trust after the
What if that game
game.
dies like Madoka though?
Shit. There was something I was gonna say because it just popped up in my head. What was it about?
English book free.
No, Bofuri. Oh yeah, did they announce that? I thought that was already announced.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
announced.
Yeah, we have Bofuri coming out. Did any of you guys play it? They just dropped, right?
I have.
You like it?
I have not.
Good, bad?
I
like
haven't
it.
got my playset yet.
I like it. It's
Nice.
fun. I don't think it's like anything I'm
choice.
gonna. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, man.
I have to play with the standby stuff too. Like I bought all the 8 standby stuff and all that.
Yeah, I bought the 1-1, that box topper. The one
Yeah, I did
with
too.
Tandem swap.
Right now, it's like, it's fun. I don't think it's anything to write home about. It's probably just like a middle tier set that if you like the series, you play it.
But it
But
has level
Maple's
down
cute.
on a body.
Yeah, it also has a healing -2 soul combo. Who's cute?
Yeah.
But it's just too weak. Requires a lot. The level 1 combo is like strong, but whatever. I'm starting to get bored of tobacco as a combo. It doesn't feel that great.
They're
But
printing that on
it's
everything
good enough.
now.
It's good enough to sculpt, but like the certain combos just ruin your perspective on things. Like Sachi ruins my perspective on everything.
Speaking of
That's
Sachi.
fair.
Yeah. Sachi, Kirito, all that fucking. Why play anything else?
Oh, the Kirito and like the Mai from the.
Yeah, those are
Yeah,
just that's actually the most privileged combo in the world.
Control milling high was it?
High selection.
Selectivity.
High selection, yeah. So good.
Also wasn't touched on the ban list 60.
Speaking of the ban list.
XD.
All right. There was no other like really big news dropping, right? That
No.
was basically it. Okay. Yeah.
Nothing.
No.
I know. It's not even like a lot to really get in depth. So like, besides that, the big thing for English was Adventure Time finally released. What, about a week ago now?
2 weeks?
20th?
2 weeks?
Yeah,
2
it's
weeks?
like literally 1 week. Yeah,
No, yeah, it's 1 week. Yeah.
Damn, it felt like it's been longer.
it has felt like that.
So
Like, oh, I see people playing.
You could have told me this should have been out for a month already, and I would have believed you. I guess that's about right.
yeah. So what is everyone's like first impressions? Like, I haven't had a chance to mess with it because I actually oversold,
It
so I don't even have my
was
own playset.
overhyped.
It is
Yeah.
overhyped. It was
Yeah.
hyped to be stronger than it really is.
It has a lot of really strong cards,
Mhm.
but it turns out those cards don't all have the best synergy together.
Yeah.
And it didn't get cards that it really wanted to like kind of fit all the puzzle pieces together. It's just a mesh of good cards.
I think there's one glaring weakness after your combo
It-
turn.
Yeah, the hand and stock cost to resolve Finn is like actually real.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
always one. It seems like it's always one or the other.
The
But-
deck feels so underwhelming at level 2. You do like
Mhm.
nothing.
Yeah, I
Like-
saw it the second I saw the EPs that were available. I'm like, oh,
Yeah, it's like the deck doesn't really do anything at level 2, and you can like try to go into 8 standby to sort of like shore that up,
Mhm.
or like even X standby or something. But like
it does. I mean, it
Yeah.
does it right, but
it does, but like the combos like play the stamp. My problem with the standby combos is they like play against each other, whereas like the Princess Bubblegum really wants to push you into playing 8 standby because that's where it's most effective. Where it's like ramping out bigger targets like
I think it's
faster.
pretty good with like standby door.
Right.
Yeah.
But like, and then if you play 8 standby and you're winning board all the time, the Marceline's an on reverse combo. So it's like, how are you ever supposed to get that off if you're effectively holding board? It's like,
Yeah, unfortunate.
yeah, pretty unfortunate like pairing, but like it's still fine. It's just kind of unfortunate.
Yeah, it's like they felt like they were meant to be played together, but not thought out all the way.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I do think like standby choice or standby door were pretty all right. From what I played of like standby choice, you win the lanes. It shores up some of the mid game. It just feels like it actually does. The problem with it was if your stuff gets answered, you lose the game.
My problem with
You
standby choice
don't have the resources to like rebuild anything, and then you just lose. You have to leverage the board, maintain hand, and then combo, and that's the only way you get anywhere.
Well, that's my like. When you say standby choice, I'm guessing you mean Bubblegum into Finn Jake, right?
Yeah, bubblegum pin Jake. Yeah,
Yeah. How does that deck hold hand? Because like I was
Winning
playing
board.
that deck, and that deck was like,
that's it. It wins board. That's the only way.
yeah. Well,
Trigger your triggers and then hope
Yeah,
they're two
Bubble-
teams.
Yeah,
So
I guess if
Bubblegum-
Princess Bubblegum can put out 2/2/2s, I guess you
Yeah,
win board. but if you only gets
Bubblegum
one.
with well, it's like Bubblegum with choice and with standby means that you can actually build a board and you can maintain hand with like choice.
Mhm.
The most awkward part is when Bubblegum stocks, because it's not just like on attack stock and then the pay. It's not like Puck, or Puck twin drives before it stock. It can twin drive after it stocks a card, which it does feel it feels a little bad, but what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I really didn't. I'm kind of coming from the opposite end. I did some testing with standby choice.
I'm not saying it's good by any means. I'm just saying
Yeah,
it's like
it felt
it's
hella
the only
awkward.
way. It's the only way you have a mid game in that set.
A mid game, yeah, is by playing standby.
Yeah, because Bubblegum early plays
Yeah, I
bad.
can agree there.
Jake
I
early
can agree
plays
there.
okay.
Mhm.
I noticed a lot of people are playing like a lot of Jake early plays, like 3+. I've been seeing.
I've been
It's
seeing
like
at least
experience
2.
target, and it's easier to actually summon.
That's true. It's what, 4 or more?
Yeah,
4
it's
or
four
more top check X sits at 10-5.
Yeah,
The deck-
without as good of a deck control in Adventure Time, you can't rely on Princess Bubblegum as often.
Yeah.
Since all the finishers heal instead of dig, the deck really needs that card anyway, which is why everybody's running it.
I think what that set wanted was an Aqua early play. Really bad.
Yeah,
I wish
instead we just
Princess
got-
Bubblegum was 4 or more instead of 2 or less CX.
Yeah,
that you
but that
could
could have
recur
been
it.
fine.
So you could actually sit on your deck like Konosuba does. You don't have to like refresh to play your early play again.
Yeah. That's why I never liked 2 or less, really.
Deck kind of suffers for mill a little bit too. Depends. It's like if you play the Necronomicon, or not Necronomicon, what is it? Encridian?
The blue event.
Yeah,
Oh,
if
the
you play
blue
blue
mill,
event package,
Satellite Scan, right?
that felt really good in standby.
whatever.
But I don't know about playing it outside of that.
Yeah, blue's more awkward if you're not playing standby stuff, I think.
All the good events have bonders though. That's pretty cool.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
The Ice King Bonder is really lit.
Yeah, that card's sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, card's really good.
I mean, this set has a lot of the bond. Like most of the bonders in this set are just good.
There's also payoff cards for all the memory.
I do kind of wish that the what is it, the Finn and Jake bonder was actually just a Kaban and was hand encore to the 3/2 and then stock encore for the event, or stock
Bond.
bond to the event, hand bond to the Finn Jake, as opposed to the other way around. But I guess Kaban was too good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Adventure Time just feels very fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we all overhyped it.
on paper.
You have high quality cards, but utility does
Set
not.
I think
two
we
one.
expected. I don't think anybody can be faulted for really overhyping it though.
No, it looks really good from spoilers.
It
When
still
you
looks
see
a lot
cards like
better.
that, when you see cards like that, you expect that like glue to sort of come in the rest of the set,
Yeah, and then
and we just never got it. Yeah.
Yeah, where's your CX swapper?
Yeah,
Oh
true.
god, I hope we get one as a promo. It opens up the set so much. If we could get a CX swapper.
And the problem with choice combos, like after you do choice, they kill your Jake. Then what do you do next?
Yeah, I mean, it didn't have loop ability or anything, so. But it's also just like, it's just hard. Like I think, and then there's like you said you were playing the Stoxel, like the Kamome clone. which-
Yes, I was playing the Prince Hotbod.
Yeah, which I think after talking about it, I can understand why you play it, and it has a lot of it has like good synergy
you-
cards with like the Marceline. Like I think that card is actually one of the best level ones in the set by a lot.
And yeah, and like I can agree with you from the other end too, because of course we were arguing about the sword event before we went live. I think if you're gonna play the sword event, the Stock Soul combo makes a lot of sense because it's on name for Finn.
Sure,
so the Flame Princess get extra value.
The stock
Like-
also affords the helps
But
you
then-
help you leverage the stock cost. I can admit that.
Yeah, and like, but on the other hand, if you're playing this combo that's not selective, then you also want to play the Marceline. So then you have a giant
too
level
many
one.
cards.
Yeah, so it's like
That's
I don't
what I
know.
was gonna say too. I was like, it just the problem is that you have to fit so many things to accommodate because you're playing the sword, you're playing the event, the bonder, the Marceline is like basically a must. Then you want the stalker because the stalker has all the good payoffs with stuff too, to like be able to afford everything, and it becomes like really hard to fit everything, and that's literally my issue with this set. There's so many things that you want to try to play,
They're
but
little
not enough
packages,
room.
right? They're small
Mhm.
packages. Small packages
they add up.
work together, and they all like fill up space too quickly.
Yeah, they add
Yeah.
up.
Then you look at your level 1 line, you have like 20.
Yeah, you're
level
like,
1.
shit. You're like, huh.
Oh
You're
yeah,
like,
like,
you have your 10 level 3s, and you're like, oh, but this is a choice deck. What am I gonna stock now?
yeah. I brought the deck to locals the other day, and I looked at my level 1 line. It's like, oh, I'm running like 15 level 1 decks running.
I think my Beaufry has an actual pretty similar problem along that with like I'm playing choice, but I don't actually have that many like cards to choice. Kind of cringe.
That was my issue with 8 choice too in the list.
Yeah,
Like, when you're
there's
running
not enough good top end cards you want.
like the Jake combo, good on like selective on attack plus. If we're comparing that and the other combos, like the Hotbot also needs experience for power. Like the Jake has its own issue of like being on play mill, like all this other stuff. But it's like,
I mean, I also think the on play mill has like a lot of merit. Because it's really good in those situations where you can't resolve combo, but your deck state is bad, right? And that happens. I've had it happen in a multitude of decks, and I like, especially with like ReZero, I've had it happen a lot where like my first deck is just deplorable, and I didn't draw the book, so now I just lose the game because I can't move through my deck, and I'm just like, oh well. So at least Jake lets you leverage a situation where I play my combo, I mill some extra cards, I make my deck better, I lose my combo, but I don't necessarily lose the game.
mm-hmm.
Versus, oh, I just lose the game because I have 10 clean cards in my deck and I can't move through it.
It just feels like the deck is not able to leverage 8 choice, but the choice combo at level 1 is good. So
It's
you
also
like play it
cringe.
anyway.
It's also cringe that you need experience. So you have to you
need
choice
experience to
targets.
hit the combo.
You have your choice targets, and now you have less choice targets.
I mean, though, again, that only issue only lies in the top end cards are not very desirable. But
All right.
sad.
I think we went on long enough about Adventure Time. I think the general consensus is that like, yeah, there's a lot of good pieces, but none of the pieces fit together very well, or there's no way that like they easily transition into each other. Yeah. Well, hopefully, like you guys said, there's some promos and stuff come out, kind of shore up the like couple things to the set might be lacking, but I think overall it's just decently good, right? So like,
it's super solid.
Yeah,
no one should feel bad about picking
it
it
is
up.
definitely. I still think it's like a top tier set for English that you can take to an event and expect to still do well.
We don't know the right 50 yet, but like it'll get figured out.
Yeah.
People are still working on it.
So where do you guys think this kind of lands? Like in tier 2 area or what?
Low. Well, okay, are we saying like S? Like
tier 1 is like S tier basically, yeah.
I would say it's a high A tier set right now.
Yeah, so like top of tier 2, bottom of tier 1 type of thing.
It's
almost.
not Batman Ninja tier.
Ooh, not Batman Ninja. I heard it
That's
has.
definitely not.
Yeah, it doesn't have grappling hooks, so it can never.
Like, I
be
think
as
it's
good.
I think it's in the same area as like ReZero. What else is even in that? Like,
Sunshine.
no, I think
guess
Sunshine
right now.
But Sunshine,
Oh, you think
Sunshine,
Sunshine's better? Oh, like
Sunshine's
right now?
head empty. That's always strong.
I guess post Konosuba, ReZero does fall off. I would say like ReZero is actually still up there.
Until we get the green
Yeah.
deck.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think it's like for the top decks right now are probably like Slime, Fate, and
Konosuba.
Konosuba. It's probably like
Oh,
right there,
I think
like,
I think Konosuba is the best deck until Dao comes out.
Oh,
I don't think it's close. I don't think it's close at all.
I don't think it is, but I digress. It's not. This isn't about Konosuba. I think it's like right under those with like.
Mhm.
I mean, I kind of still want to put AOT in that upper tier as well because it's just.
I mean, I would.
AOT is the tried and true. It has all the best cards, and then it's like ReZero, Sunshine.
Oh, Broderick is
etc.
claiming that he knows the right cards for Adventure Time, boys.
He's got the right 50.
He's already
Hell
figured
yeah.
it out. Hell yeah, dude.
Luckily, we
I'm
have no
looking forward
events
to
to get
seeing the
destroyed by
Broderick.
him. And
True.
Yo,
Yeah,
Broderick,
he's
are
gonna save
you
him.
excited for this Prisma Ilya set? I bet you are, dude.
Mm.
It's not in English yet, though, so what does he care?
Oh, that's true.
Just buy them both. What the hell?
Yeah, it's an extra booster. It's like $150. You don't
Yeah,
even gotta buy any old cards.
Yeah, it's 40 card set
Exactly.
too. It's like doesn't even matter.
Oh man. Okay. I think we kind of used up
The meat and
all
potato
all we
time.
need to talk about Adventure Time. We'll move on to the next big topic here is the JP ban list. So it was updated. We'll have here on stream for you guys to view. Was supplied by Weiss Tea Time. They run a blog. Check it out. Has a lot of good stuff on there. They put out.
They
this
also have all the
visual-
good spoilers.
Oh yeah, they
Yeah,
have
they
all
do.
the spoilers. So they log everything.
God bless
into
the
that.
spoiler compilation.
Yep.
Yeah, thank God.
So here is the list or the changes in the ban list. So they're all on the
Another
bottom
ban
here.
list. Another
Grisaya,
ban list without marketing free. Sigh.
exactly. Unfortunately, Grisaya got hit. We got Sora 10th anniversary got
worst.
hit. Psychono got hit and Data Live got hit. I think this was like expected across the board, right? No surprises really.
Grisaya was surprised. Grisaya was literally all the surprise. Even Japan agreed it was a surprise.
I didn't know that they weren't surprised that they got hit. They're surprising.
The
Oh,
choice.
yeah, how bad it got hit. They
Yeah.
fucking just kicked it in the nuts.
Yeah.
So
So I guess
Sigh.
since we're on it, do you want you guys start there? Like I think we kind of all in agreement. Right? They just hit the wrong two cards if they were going to hit Messiah.
gave it the most unjustified hit of all the sets on this list.
You know, say that,
Actually egregious.
Why
This
is
This is a set that is only good because of the meta environment that it's in.
Literally
And it is
a
getting
one-trick
punished.
pony.
It's getting punished for them printing it to answer the environment. Actually absurd to me. and then they had to hit the memory cards too. So it's like feeding was your best level 1 memory card to enable the bomb. So by hitting feeding, you're essentially making this a choose 2 with a ban on the bomb. Like it was what it feels like.
Yeah.
And JC was your best level 0 memory card because it didn't require you to actually like reverse your card or like lose your lane to do anything. So
it enabled Trifield.
Yeah, the speed you're generating that 3 memory for the bomb has gone like drastically down, and so has your selection without milling through your deck because your selection came from the tobacco and feeding, and there were a lot of times where tobacco wasn't good, so you used tobacco as just a card that you ditched to the bonder to get your feeding, because then feeding gave you the potentially free card. So getting both of these hit makes the bomb bad, and the bomb being bad just hurts the set overall. And
it makes
I still think it's one of the better decks
until later.
Yeah, I still think this is like one of the better decks in the format still, because the anti-heal is so strong, and like what it does is still largely the same. It just doesn't have that same like early aggression that it had before with tri-fielding and the early 2 soul beaters. Costless 2 soul beaters. Yeah,
Extremely high consistency.
this is definitely to me the most unjustified ban. I wouldn't have minded if Grisaya got hit, but just where they chose to hit it was like
I really expected Bomb to be on here, like JC and Bomb.
Yeah, I mean, this is worse. This is literally like the same thing.
Yeah, it's a lot worse.
But,
yeah.
Well, I mean, it's effectively the same thing, right? Because
except now you have the extra 1/1.
Yeah, because if they hit JC plus Bomb, the deck would have looked the same, right? Because the feeding choice will still play the bomb. Bomb choice would still play feeding. JC choice now I guess can play the bomb as well, which I mean in JC choice I am playing the bomb. It's just
play the event.
Yeah, otherwise you wouldn't have been able to play the bomb, but you'd still have feeding. So you're trading the aggression and the costless like 2 soul beater the bomb gives you for the consistency of feeding in that case. And I don't know which one I'd rather have hit. I'd rather have neither of those hit. To be honest, if you're gonna hit something, you could have just hit like I don't know what the fuck you hit in Grisaya. I'm gonna be honest.
I made my prediction if you read it.
I did not. But
yeah, I was with the JC and the bomb.
JC and
that seemed.
JC bomb is it's the hardest hit though. It's still such a hard hit.
I feel like just getting rid of the bomb, sure you lose some mid-range aggression, but now it's not overly over.
I mean, yeah, at least you still get feeding plus JC, so it's fine. But like, do you need feeding? Did you like? I don't know how much you need feeding without bomb though. Like, I feel like bomb was what pushed you to play feeding.
But feeding
Well, it's not
does
all,
enable
like,
your
the feeding
consistency.
Yeah, feeding is the consistency.
Yeah,
That's why I don't
feeding
know. I haven't
was
got a
like
chance
part
to
of the
test.
yellow splash that you ran, right? So now like Musashi might be like harder to actually like
I don't think you might
because
if you
right
don't-
now
if you
you're
don't
only
go
like
feeding-
yellow in the deck is going to be like what anti.
No, I think you. I think
I
you.
think you cut yellow if you don't. Play
I don't think you
feeding.
cut yellow. I just think you adopt the Michiru because when you lose the feeding package, it opens slots. So I think it gives you room to just play the Michiru 4K.
The
Oversized.
oversized.
Yeah.
The oversized.
So I think you choose to play that as your yellow fix, where the
I don't
feeding
know.
package was.
Because you can't
Musashi
play.
turned down on me. I started playing like 1 to 2 copies of Musashi, so I'm like
Yeah.
kind of down just removing.
I'm
Musashi
still
until-
playing too, but I don't know, I think that card is just like I don't want to cut Musashi because the Musashi in that deck I feel like it means a lot that I don't want to, and I don't want to lose it because there are situations where I think it's strong and it's still your only
that
early play.
aggression gameplay
right?
a lot.
Yeah, and especially now when you lose the access to the bomb, I feel like you want that early play more than before. So I think it becomes harder to justify cutting it
We'll
because
see.
you
We'll see.
lose any sort of early play.
I haven't started testing with either choices because I need to wait for stuff.
Yeah, I was too busy playing with Beaufry to like
I
really
don't
go
own
into it.
Grisaya.
I don't even see anything on Twitter about anyone testing out the choices for post ban Grisaya yet.
Yeah, it almost feels like I don't want to like be super negative, but it feels like the deck is generally like dead in the water as far as being like competitive.
No, I
I
don't.
don't know.
I think
In
it
its
has
current form,
potential.
like it's not going to be the same at all. Is what I'm saying.
I think more people is going to look towards Kantai now because of the
Yeah.
unban.
Yeah,
Has
the
the,
content unban
correct.
could make it, but I still think what Grisaya does, is stronger than like having been playing Memory Kantai. I think what Grisaya does is still stronger than what Memory Kantai does.
Well, I
I
never
like-
played it.
A
Memory
good
Kantai.
margin. Memory Kantai, you don't do anything. It's really fun, but not in the same way. It's
You
not like
don't do that. Deck
Grisaya-
does nothing. You
Grisaya feels very like oppressive, and it actually had like a level of frustration to it playing against it because it had like answers for things and whatever. Memory Kantai, like with Inaz, I don't think Inazuma actually changes Memory Kantai all too much. It just makes it a little bit better, like a little bit more consistent and whatever. But you actually don't do anything. You sit there and you kind of just dirtle around with anti-heals and your 1-0s and then your 1-0s that turn into 2-1s. And you're just like, yeah, I'm existing. You can't heal. I'm going to heal because my heals heal
Inaduma just helps you put out more like 2-1s faster. Yeah.
You don't even really, though. I don't know. I don't have
I
faith
don't know.
in Inazuma doing anything. It's probably going to be like a 2 of card. And no, Memory Kantai is not like Memory ReZero. Memory Kantai, its whole shtick is that it plays. There's like 3 total cards that go to or 4 total cards that go to memory. It's the 0-0 anti-heal that changes into the 1-0 when it gets reversed. There's a 1-0 that's when it's reversed that will change into a 2-1. And I think a 2-1 like I think it's a 2-1-10-5 or something. 2-1-10.
Something
It's actually
like
a
that,
pretty
yeah.
good card.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
it's a
pretty
good wall.
Karna Encore as well.
And it has its condition is to have the card in memory, have a card in memory.
And
or
then
whatever.
Mochi. Or
And then you have the early play, which is an early play heal to stock, so it dodges the anti-heal.
Mm-hmm.
And then it has like a bunch of text on it. It's whatever. When it dies, it goes to memory.
Yeah.
And then you have Hichimochi, which is like the memory payoff card. That is like it's a 2-1 counter that says whenever you counter, search 1 for every copy of this in memory. So
Yeah,
it's
since
like
stuff's
pay 1, send it to memory, then search 3 girls equal to the number of this in memory. So as
Yeah.
you use it, it becomes like a compression card that you use to like save your deck.
Yeah, you
And, like,
say
hit-
you
kinda
save
like-
yourself
kinda like
with
the
it and
AOT
set up your
gear.
hand.
Yeah, it's like the AOT gear, but it's more it's not as like reusable. But when you use it, it's really strong. And you kind of just dirtle around. You play your top end is just playing Iowa and just doing nothing.
Yeah.
You build stock, you spend your stock to heal with your Iowas, and that's all you do.
Yep.
It's very
I guess,
underwhelming.
the Inaduma unrestriction is better for the decks that aren't like really playing for like memory or whatever.
Yeah, but I don't
they
think
can just they can just like put Hibiki because like Hibiki like you can run like 1-2 Hibiki and it's fine.
Yeah.
It's stock anti-heal, not hand.
I also don't think any other Contai deck does like is like better than memory Contai at the moment though.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
And there's that one guy in Japan
Yeah,
who's
so-
like talking every
yeah,
day.
I do think Grisaya is still a meta contender. I don't think it's being rated as like it's gonna be in that like that little bubble of like the top 4, top 5 decks. I think it goes down a tier and still becomes like one of the decks you will see. It's not even like rogue at that point, right? It's still just a good deck. It's just like you're gonna expect to see it because it still fights the meta, but it's not gonna be as like disgusting, which is fine, I guess.
The bomb being slower does a lot to drop it down. Like you can't have bomb on first deck.
Good deck doesn't get ruined by the ban list, but
you still have high selectivity. You still have
level
1.
It's no sword art.
Mm-hmm.
That's for sure.
Speaking of sword art, it's a cool ban list for sword art, dude.
Yeah, does this sword art ban list
Do we
really
want
do
to complain
shit?
about sword art now? Do we want to do that now?
It's like
No,
you
it
got
doesn't
the
do
air
anything.
quotes like the ban list.
This does not do anything to sword art at all.
They're still gonna play. They're still gonna play the pants assist. They're still gonna like have high consistency.
They lose.
Losing oversized is like sure.
It's irrelevant. It's
I
irrelevant.
think the biggest thing is like they lost their 2 of Yu-Gi-Oh or whatever this guy's name is. What is this guy's name?
Heathcliff.
Heathcliff. Yeah, like that card was like a really solid card overall, but you didn't even
I'm
play
actually
it as a
playing
4
four.
of, right? It was always like
they
a
are,
2
they are.
of.
No, a
It
lot of decks
was
were
your-
pick it up as a 4. It went 2.
It
It was
ended
2
up
to 4.
Okay, yeah.
It was your main phase mill that
Mhm.
also allowed you to have anti-encore, which is like
Was really good against slime and stuff like that, and all these
it
like
was
random
stock
hand cores.
stock neutral main phase mill.
Yeah.
And
Also,
Yeah.
the fact that they hit both of the best 2 JCs in the game
Mhm.
means that losing the runner doesn't mean anything because the clean cut has become so much stronger now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you just go towards a clean cut package where instead of playing like 2 clean cuts and 4 of the runners, you play 4 clean cuts and 2 like horror
whatever.
encores because they give your clean cut 2k power. Like sure.
You just play to make sure your pan support gets to attack and then get pulled back or whatever.
Yeah, losing the Heathcliff hurts I think more than people
I
realize.
think
Like
the choose
it
3
makes you
here-
run other stockouts because you're a deck that like
Yeah.
where you say no matter what you play, I'm totally fine with triggering lots of climaxes, which means you need like good stockouts. Heathcliff was a really good stockout.
I think the best hit would have been take off runner, put on Kira Yu-Gi-Oh EP, and that would have been like an actual ban list.
Yeah,
Mhm.
the Kira Yu-Gi-Oh AP still like makes the deck ridiculous.
Yeah, that card's insane.
I think that would have been more appealing. But my goal was level 1 combo plus pan support and just get rid of the pan support altogether. But I'm never gonna have that. So
Yeah, this is a de facto ban on the other 2 cards. You just play the Spriggan and you call it a day.
All right.
Spriggan's too good not to play unless you're
Well,
playing game choice.
it's a ban on Spriggan for every deck playing Kirito level 1, right?
Which, why are you not?
What option does Sao now have as a stockout other than like a drop
I have like
search?
brainstorm still.
Well, the
Yeah.
drop search is a 3k attacker, Kevin, so it's not like it's bad to run more of it.
I don't
Yeah.
think that they have a different stockout. Not in the same way as
Kazuma.
like Heathcliff.
Kazuma's the closest thing, and it's not.
Yeah,
really-
Cliff was good because he removed himself from the board too. Like
Yeah, he did.
That whole profile is just such a strong profile. I think it's just a card that just pay 1 mills you, it replaces itself, and moves itself off the board. So it's
actually
also really
good.
good cut as well. But
It's actually
Yeah.
good in sets that can tutor for it on demand, like Psychono, like Grisaya, like Sunshine, I guess. Yeah,
Yeah.
we played that too.
All right. Speaking of
3-0 also
Psychono,
plays it. Coof coof.
speaking of
Hands.
Psychono, boys. So the deck no longer
deserve it.
exists.
No, it's still stupid. It's still kind of stupid.
Well, I
Like,
still think the deck literally just lost runner and JC. While a big hit, I still think the deck's pretty strong.
yeah,
The
I think
Playing
core-
against
the
Carmen
core is
today,
still there.
even though
It
Carmen
didn't
was like a
deserve
little
it.
sacky, it's
It
like
didn't deserve this.
it deserved this.
Like
It did not. It
the run,
did not. Free Psychono. It did not deserve it.
the
Not
runner was
deserved,
such a
not
huge
deserved.
Oh my
thing to it
God.
though, as far
Yeah,
as deck control. Every time you hit a gate, this was like your go-to card to pick up. The runner was just so powerful in the deck. On
I
top
think
of like
the biggest
JC
loss
being
is
gone
also
as
is,
well
the
means
runner.
like that you can't easily like early tri-field, without JC or runner, because the assumption is you're playing the level 3 still, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
there's a ban on the other 2 cards.
yeah.
So, but the problem is, so the actual card that didn't get hit was the Drop Searcher.
Yeah, I actually thought they were gonna hit the.
That is still de facto the best memory card in Psychono.
I
think
the
if you had, I actually think that a bigger hit may have been keep JC hit the Drop Search.
Yeah.
No, I think
I agree with
if
that.
you runner drop search instead of JC, kept JC.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That would've just,
you
like,
runner
made me
drop
feel
search,
extra bad.
your heart like breaks. You see runner drop search, you're like, no, JC, because
Well, maybe
JC's
they're
strong,
expecting
right?
to completely
Look at
kill the
JC.
deck, right?
JC doesn't have that much strength. Like, it doesn't have as much strength in the Kato variant because your level 1 combo is already bouncing itself. So it doesn't matter as much. It's just there to help you enable Unga Bunga tri-fielding more often.
Yeah.
But now you're just maxing out on the Utaha Riki if you weren't already, and it's giving you something like just there.
And now we're playing Amagi for the plus.
Yeah.
Yeah,
People
I
are
was
playing
about to
Amagi.
say, like, because we lose the runner, right? We lose our, like, true main phase
You
deck
get-
control tool.
Get a Milfour.
It forces us to actually loop combo every turn if we want, like, actual controllable mill. And it's only in the form of an Amagi. Thankfully, the Amagi has synergy, similar, like, levels of synergy with the runner with the Up All Night event. Because, like, it pops back to hand
Yeah.
and everything, and it doesn't need to, like, be standing to do its Amagi ability.
Yeah. So yeah,
But-
it has good synergy. But
It forces the deck to basically play a bar every turn, and if you're not lucky enough for that to happen, and you're not in a
Yeah.
good enough deck state to, like, sandbag that turn and, like, force your opponent to overswing and pray you cancel, you can get in some pretty bad deck states. So the deck is nowhere near as resilient anymore. It's
I
still
think-
functional, it's just not as
I
resilient.
think the deck is in the same line as like Risaya right now, where it's still a deck you're gonna see at events. It's still probably like in that vein of like the top 10, top 15 decks you'll in like the meta. But I don't think it's on that pedestal of like the best decks in the game right now.
Yeah.
It's
No.
just
on
like
their
in
top
it's in
8
that
decks.
tier lower, which I think is fine. Like I don't think a deck being not the best like tier 1, especially in Weiss, is that big of a deal. Like Grisaya and Psychono both being down a tier is a-okay because they're still strong, they're still competitively viable. Like I think Psychono was definitely one of the ones that people flipped out about and ended up being kind of a wash.
I'll put it, yeah, like I'll put it,
It didn't do
I'll
that
flip it
much.
the other way, right? This is none of these are decks that you can just ignore. I'll put it on the other way. It's not like
Yeah.
it's not like you can show up playing your new
It
set
didn't
that
any
just came
deck.
out, whatever it is. You don't have to just not worry about seeing Psycon anymore. You don't have to not worry about seeing Grisai anymore. You still have to remember these decks exist. 'Cause,
Yeah, this isn't like Fate. How badly
Yeah,
Fate got hit.
Yeah, they're not gutting these sets. These were all just power level like toned downs, which is fine. This is like what I want out of a ban list most of the time. I don't want a deck gutted. Having a deck gutted feels good for nobody.
Man, I feel like I'm I'm like way different on that. I think Psychono to me is just like the current form of the deck no longer exists in my mind. And if I ever sit across from it and that's something trying to be
I mean,
it,
yeah, I don't know if we sweat it.
I will
I
not even
think
give a
your,
shit.
like,
I would be
first
like,
deck
okay,
is
you're
a
playing
hell
a
of a
really
lot more
shitty Psychono
vulnerable.
deck. Here you go. I
was-
don't care.
I played
I
against
haven't
it
had
a
that
bit.
experience yet.
Yeah,
at
I
all.
think I've been playing against it quite a bit because like Hansen plays it and whatever, and like it still seems in like the same form. It still seems like it does everything the
you
deck
have
does.
options like
It's
the,
just now it's one of those things where now all you're doing is being forced to explore the rest of the good set. Oh darn. Like-
Psychono didn't have problems at level 0,
Yeah,
which is
Psychono
which
was
is why
playing
the
against
hit
zeros.
isn't as bad as you think. Like the Amagi was always an insane card. Like that Amagi was always really, really good.
Just overshadowed by the runner.
Yeah, the runner just was better at doing what it did because it didn't require you to play a climax. But if there's any deck that can slam a climax pretty much every turn, it's probably Psychono, even in its current form. And if you really are worried about like losing the memory generator, you have the Michiru. I know that people are like in that slot where the JC was playing. They're either playing the Eri spawner or like the Michiru that when it gets reversed on your opponent's turn, you like pay 1, it rests itself, and then it goes to memory. So it gives you a at the beginning of your next Encore step. So it gives you a card that you can tap down for event. So it sort of fulfills that slot as well.
Yeah,
Since
so
you were tapping down the JC.
The main core Psychono is still there. You still have your strong level. I mean, you still have your aggro play with the gold bar looping, bouncing back to hand, and everything. You still have your level 3 that can heal loop and everything.
Yeah.
It's just you lost that consistency, lost that tool to like easily get yourself out of bad situations.
Like I said, it really forces you to play a climax every turn if you want to have deck control, because you're like almost completely beholden to the Amagi now. Which, like, kind of sucks, but, like, it doesn't suck as much as you think.
I mean, Amagi might not even end up being the play. I just think it's the most obvious play.
Yeah,
But-
I don't know. I still don't agree. I understand what you guys mean, but, like, the idea of, like, the only way my deck can be in a bad state is if I have a climax in hand, then things will be fine, which is, like, it feels really awkward, and you don't get those situations where you can just, like, chain runners like back to back to just force your deck to be refreshed that turn.
Yeah, that's sad.
It's
That's-
like
that
you guys
is.
claim like, oh, it hurt the consistency, but when a game like this, all that really matters is that the deck is consistent no matter what. And when you take away consistency like this, I think the deck is like literally no longer a threat at all, and I don't even have to think about it anymore.
Well, like I don't know. I
Why
don't.
not?
I don't
We still have
think-
more days to test.
Yeah. It's only just capping, but I don't think that it needs a climax to fix its deck a lot of the time. It still has like the tools to do it and whatever. Like it can still double brainstorm and it can still do the up all night to search for cards. Yeah, like you don't have the free just play that I've been salvaging because and just fix this. They turn into different cards anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But you still have options. You could if you really need it. Like I wouldn't be surprised if they just play free fresh counter, right? Like free fresh counter was just good.
Yeah.
I always played it. It's
Like,
always
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's no reason not to play that card. All right, well, we're done talking about Psychono. I'm going to end it on one spicy note because we don't have Dean here. All right, the new meta Psychono deck is 8 gate with the 1/0 level up event. All right, that's it.
okay. What the?
I love that deck. Anyway,
That deck got hurt too, unfortunately.
oh shit, it did. This is the worst
Yeah.
ban list in the
Yeah, wait.
history.
I need to address that somebody said that Shiro Avenger could have been unbanned from Fate. If you ever think Shiro Avenger could have been unbanned from Fate, you have never played Fate as a deck. That is
I swear,
literally not an okay. None of the cards on Fate, like give them like the heal event. Who fucking cares about the heal event when the rest of that's banned? You never unban Shiro. You never unban Office of Free Fresh. Those cards can't be allowed to be on the same
don't
deck.
worry, dude. Prilia has also free fresh.
All right, before we
True.
jump into the Data Live stuff, let's talk about Cinderella Girls. It finally got released a bit, and like so, it's a choice 2 now between basically the Rin Akatsuki and Kome.
I think you just play the Kome.
Yeah, you just play
Yeah.
Kome.
You just play Kome.
Well, like, yeah, Cinderella Girls is finally freed after its hit on.
Yeah,
the ban,
it's
like,
basically
for, like,
free.
4 years.
I actually might throw this back together just to play it again.
Hey, like good for them. I think
Yeah.
it's like a fine set. It's
Yeah.
like good.
I mean, I don't think it's anywhere near the power level it originally was. Just because
Why haven't we freed
we don't have
Morgatari?
any
That's the real
real
question.
destruction tools outside of like unless you're playing like Project Crone or whatever.
Yeah, and nowadays with how like compressed decks can get, like if you don't have a way to stop that, you're like, who cares
Crona's
that you get
probably-
attack? You get attacked 6 times in one turn or whatever, right?
You just have like a deck that has like
Attacking 6 times in one turn for what 7 stock? Ooh,
good early plays.
I see.
Yeah. I guess there's
Yeah,
not
no.
really much to say else about it. You have
Yeah,
This unrestriction was just like a little cock tease for Master fans before they announced shiny colors.
Yeah, but Shiny
Like,
Color is
fuck
gonna
this
probably
all.
be like Million Live, and it's gonna give them like a couple cards. I don't even. Are there old girls in Shiny Colors?
No,
Yeah, there
no,
are.
it's all new girls. Wait, are
Yeah.
there old girls?
Wait, what? Oh, wait, sorry. I meant when you said old girls, I thought you meant by age. I'm retarded.
no.
Literally dumb right now. Okay. Yeah. There's no old girls in it.
They're probably not even gonna be able to be played with fucking
No,
765.
it's not going to be Neo Standard.
Yeah,
doesn't
but
matter.
we all know all Cinderella Girl fans are also shiny color fans. Most likely.
Well, I mean,
I
I,
like-
think
I like
Shiny Colors is
Cinderella- I like
probably the
Cinderella
superior
Girls,
franchise.
but I
Have
only-
you
I
seen
only-
the art in Shiny Colors? It is
Yeah.
really good.
I like Cinderella Girls, and I only really cared about one Shiny Colors girl. Although I will admit, with like Nico, the art is really good for Shiny Colors. But
Well, yeah, the art is fucking fire. Yeah, okay,
I don't care
whatever.
about it, I don't have
IMAS got unbanned. I don't know if it's really going to do a lot, but thank
I
God
don't
it
think
did.
so.
It needed. This needs to happen.
Unban.
It was due
Yeah.
time. Due time.
I'm actually surprised that they didn't really go and unban anything else, or like
Yeah.
Monetary could have been freed.
Why didn't they
Monetary
unban
is still in
Bane Dream?
jail. Bane Dream, for whatever reason, is
Yeah.
still in jail.
Tell you what, you can
I
still
think-
have that choice 3, but unban the PR card because I haven't
Yeah,
played
yeah,
the gold ones.
unban the PR.
Shut up, guys.
That PR can never be unbanned.
Unban Coach Yusa.
Yeah, I
The
don't
moment that
think
PR
Goku
gets
needs to stay
unbanned,
banned.
we really see like a huge power creep on
Free
Cassidy.
Cordelia's Garden. All right. Anyway.
Yeah,
Free
Um,
Merlin.
Cordy's Garden needs to be freed.
yeah.
Free Merlin.
Please, free
Merlin.
Do not
Also,
free
why
Merlin.
is Kimono still on the ban list?
I don't
It's just-
know,
But
dude.
we-
Ban
just
list. What do you
got
mean,
put
why
on
is
there.
it still? Last ban list that was put on.
I felt
Why
like
did you
everyone
know
was so
about this?
confused when that was announced.
Well, no, because it was being played. Didn't have like a really high conversion when it got banned. I'm pretty sure it did.
Yeah,
Yeah, it allowed-
basically, like 2 people would show up, and one of them
And
would
they
always
both
like,
win.
yeah. And like, I understand that. I think it was just the meta at the at that specific moment just happened to be very favorable for what is
Yeah,
it?
it's almost like
Kimono
Josiah
Friends?
coughed
Yeah.
off.
Yeah, and then it got hit because of that. Like,
I think it
unfortunate.
does. It does what Slime does now, where you just EP heal, memory
works.
compress
Yeah.
like a crap ton, and that's all.
Yeah, it was the original slime, except like Alpaca
Single
enabled
Except you
pay
had-
one heals. That's it.
You also had anti burn one, which
Yeah.
also like pushed it
You
above
also,
Slime.
have the sick bonder heal loop. If you
Yeah,
wanted that.
All right,
that's
cool.
why.
So
It's like better Slime on Ban Kimono, I think.
yeah, I can see that because also you have access to like if need be, you have access to like the soul support and stuff like that if you want to change things around. There's definitely like a little bit more spicy choices you could have had in the deck, but yeah. Anyway, Data Live. These are the hits we
real
expected.
They got
Is
what
this
they
what we
deserved.
said it was going to be on the
Literally-
ban list, basically?
Literally
Not what they
the easiest,
deserve.
easiest to predict ban of every one of them.
I
Yeah.
actually don't
Everybody
think so.
called
I
for these
initially
3
thought they were
cards.
gonna ban the Icy Tail. I didn't think they were going to go
No.
for the combo, but this makes sense.
No, this was probably the most expected ban. I know a lot of people agreed with me or predicted the same thing
Yeah.
of just Shido, Kurumi, Toka, because it was just the most blatant thing to hit, I think.
I think
The-
like didn't we do a prediction thing and this is what we said and then we had a little bit of argument of like does it go to a choice 4 list, but we knew for a fact these 3 had to be on the
Yeah.
list, right?
So
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
this is like the real hitter off the ban list. This like at the very least, 8 standby as a deck. I don't think really functions anymore.
No, I think 8 standby is still real.
I don't.
A
Think so.
standby
I think it is.
has potential,
don't
but it's
think so.
not as strong. You
Yeah, I know, I
playing
think-
standby with Toka,
8 standby loses out on a lot of the like.
No,
the
you
ones
max
that are
out on
okay.
Icy Tail, you play empty Kurumi standby,
Oh, you're
and
saying
you
don't play the.
Toka.
Okay, you're saying just play the Toka. I was gonna say, I think you have to play the Toka if you still want to play.
Yeah. You have to.
Yeah.
You just
Yeah.
you do not play Kurumi. You just play Icy Tail as your actual top end.
Oh, I
And
was
then,
getting even spicier. I've been playing 6 standby 2 pants.
I mean, I
It's
guess that
been,
is an option.
You
Yeah.
want to know the You want to know the scary part? It's been working way too well.
But yeah, I mean, I just think Data Life still has too many options. I don't think this actually killed anything. It just got rid of the one degenerate 8 standby Kurumi Toka thing that's been plaguing the meta.
Mhm.
But it doesn't, it doesn't stop the choice decks from playing
Yeah.
choice with my little Shido plus whatever other top end, the fucking like 8 other ones in the set.
you don't even have to play Milo Shield. You can just play Kirby.
Yeah, it doesn't stop you from playing. It doesn't stop you from playing choice standby with just Kurumi and not playing the event.
Mhm.
It's just like you can't play Toka. You don't randomly get to cheese out with the Toka walls
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, you can't have the super strong mid game of the million.
Yeah,
the
double to- all the
into the
Toka.
stock swap, super consistent.
Yeah, you can't have the
Chain
Toka Brainstorm
top
1022 package. Yeah, I think that's just still good. Like it's still good, just not. Oh, goodbye ban list. But I
Yeah.
just don't, the ban list turned off the thingy, by the way.
No, yeah, I shut it off.
Okay.
But yeah. I mean, there's so much good stuff inside the set, right? So like,
Mhm.
you know, if we're not on 8 standby anymore, there's definitely something else there. Someone.
I just don't think Dal is the oppressive monster boogeyman that it was.
I still think it's going to be like probably top 5 deck.
Yeah, it still seems ridiculous to me.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, because it still has just so much. It's still just an over-saturated set, right?
Yeah, Sal and Dow definitely gonna be still top 5. It's
Yeah.
like Connor and Grisal we moved down.
That standby package in like some way just seems to be like way too like strong in the like 0 to level 2 in there.
Yeah.
It just seems way too ridiculous with the 1-0 Toka. But we'll see.
All right, questions.
Yeah. So I think besides the ban list, was there any other really big major topics that you guys want to hit up on before we kind of close things out here?
Fate got their full set release. Like the whole list
Yes, that's whatever.
today.
Neat.
The new Fate
It'll be
set.
cool if
Yeah,
England.
every single card just got revealed last night.
Oh, I didn't even realize that.
So that's cool.
Anything really spicy in there?
Nothing much compared to what we saw in initial reviews.
Lets you play a door instead of a bar for English. You get to put more Rins in your deck, makes your deck stronger.
Wow.
Top decks for WGP Nats.
Slime, Psycho,
Slime,
Grisaya.
Bay Alive.
Every deck that was good
Yeah.
before is still a top WGP
The
deck.
Hey,
Capo.
if you gotta play your,
Capo.
you all got 4 more days to play the old decks. So
Yeah, but that's not for WGP Nats.
If
so it
we're
doesn't matter.
assuming people won't figure out Grisaya by Nats, then your slime goes up a lot in value.
play
Yeah,
Adventure
yeah.
Time.
I mean, I do still think you can just throw it and go.
I'll be playing Adventure Time for WGP Nets. You heard it here first.
Nice.
Have fun. Yeah, I think like if you just look at like any tier list that's updated for DeCapo, all of those top sets are open to be played. I still think you can go play some version of Psychonos, some version of Grisaya with the post ban list, and you're still more than fine. Still competitive. Sao same way, still competitive. Dal same way, still competitive.
Yeah, honestly,
Slime
like
is exactly the same. The Capo's the same. Summer Pocket is probably a good pick.
South 10th seems like a really disgusting choice if you really want to like spike as hard as possible. Well, especially because like JC falls off without, with it basically being banned for Psychono.
I kind of like just go 8 pants and then just maxing out on the pants assist just to pump up that what's it called, the clean cut, so it's like 354K all time.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. The 3-1
Jewel Sword event. Wait, what is?
It's the +4 event, the new one for Fate.
Yeah, it's,
the one that you need to resonate.
you mostly
the Rin.
if you run the card, you use it to resonate the Rin. But like, if we're talking about like Fate, like I never really played JP Fate. I only played into it. Like a lot. I played into it a lot, but like playing Fate in English, I don't know.
You're fine to be playing.
Like I don't think if you run the event at all, it's just to resonate with the Rin to make her 11-5 cross turn or whatever. But
sometimes you use it like near the end of the game where you're about to die and you really need that.
Sure, but like Fate in English is a deck that once it hits level 2, it's very comfortable like crashing and forces its opponent to overswing. Anyway, and like the fact that we're gonna heal, you're gonna say, "Oh, you get to do that, and we get to heal." Yo, that's dope. Like, did it really matter that it died? So we'll have to see. I'm excited to try both things. Like, maybe you still play green and you just play the early play. Maybe the 8-bar engine is still good, like still better. I think the 8-door deck, like I've been doing some like smoke testing, like smoke test level brews. Now that we have the whole list and. 8-door seems to be like fairly modular, execute the same strategy, has a lot of cool tools, so we will see where that goes. I'm excited to mess with it. And I always want to run more Rins, so, instead of Sakura, fuck Sakura.
Damn. Alright.
What is it?
Bruni Psychono deck.
Are the 4 decks going to be released? They're definitely not being released. Bushi does not release like that. Will they be hit? depends how much they get played and how good their rep to conversion is post ban. I think you can. The ones you could probably guess that might still see a hit would be Day Live and Sao are probably the 2 highest % chance to get hit again because of how how strong the sets still are. But the only one is, will they actually hit them again? Sword, I would lean more towards Sword Art getting another hit than Dao, honestly. I think Dao just becomes a strong set versus an oppressive broken set. But hard to say.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
Too really to clarify that, Jason, just because I was going to say I don't think Dao is the super duper broken deck that it is.
No, I don't think it. I think it's.
No,
it doesn't matter if it's.
I think it's at a respectable level right now.
Yeah, I just don't think it's super. It doesn't matter if a deck is super duper broken. All that matters is rep versus conversion.
Yeah.
That's
all
Bushiroad
Bushiroad
bans
looks
on.
at is just stats.
R.I.P. Bang Dream. Bang Dream
Yeah,
died
so
for being.
If you're even if you're not the most broken set, if Japan loves you and they keep playing you and you keep doing well, you're probably getting hit again, a la Sunshine and Bang Dream.
Yeah, over and over and over again.
Over and over for the rest of existence.
Okay, I think we missed the question above Mew Mew Blah. Yeah.
Oh. I can't say. I don't know a lot of the old Psycho cards, to be honest.
So I brewed this new Psychono deck utilizing the old level 3 the bar combo and the PR, the one that sends the bar combo to memory.
Yeah.
He can get good mill, good memory, but doesn't have a reliable finisher, so he uses the Utaha Restander and a new clock kick from Kato. How do you guys think? I just think there's no way you don't play Kato 3-2.
I think that entire change engine is too good to not play, it is a de facto. This choose list is a de facto ban on Runner and JC.
You think about Kato, you basically have 8 copies of it because all their 2-1 changes into it. Mm-hmm. It's heal looping. It's high
generates memory for itself.
I mean,
anti-backup hexproof is really obnoxious to defensive decks.
I also think the what is it? The 3-2 old 3-2 combo is it's still very counterintuitive with itself because it's a wall that doesn't get to use its combo when it early plays. After the turn after it early plays, it's never probably going to combo again. Just trying to win lane every time, right? So I think that's probably one of the issues with that because you're playing these cards like the Utaha Restander and stuff, which I think Utaha Restander is one of the best off finishers in Psychono, and may actually be a card you look at playing with the Kato stuff now, because it's just that good of a card. It's honestly just that good and cheap of a Restander, but you end up having to overswing because you're winning lanes with the old level 3, and then you're opening lanes, and now the Utaha has to just swing into open lanes, restand, and then it has to reverse, right? So you don't even get to restand. Mm-hmm. So yikes. Yeah.
Yeah, just play Kato. She's way too good.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on Bofuri? Would you do a set review? Doing content, Omega lol. I said it when we started.
Yeah. I mean, we'll be doing one on the PGH channel, but it'll be English focused, like they always are. For us.
I think Bofuri for Japanese is very competent. It has a lot of really cool cards. I might just be too small brained to figure out something really cool with it that isn't just pants choice and just playing towards the maple. I think the 2-1 that spawns the maples is actually
that card's really good.
I think that's genuinely one of the best cards in the set.
That's the reason to play the next wall.
Yeah, it makes you play the maple because all you have to ever do is focus on winning one lane, and then you just convert your clock draw, whatever your draws for turn, into more maples, and it's just really really strong. It means your pants and your choice can just be converted into more maples. Even if they don't heal, it doesn't really matter because you're supposed to be negging soul anyway and not taking damage. I think it's really good. I just think Bofuri. It might just need to be solved. It could end up being really strong, but I understand. I've enjoyed playing it. It feels perfectly fine to play. It's just
I feel remember it took Versailles just a little bit to get solved too. So Bofuri's only been up a week or so. So just give it a little bit of time.
Yeah,
standby with the split soul, man.
Definitely a set I would not be down on people investing in.
That's the secret. Standby with the split soul Sally. That's the
How
secret.
do you think the English handles Dal? How do you think they handle English?
The
when
thing
Dal's a
about
problem?
English Dal is like this set is gonna force them to like start utilizing the ban list more, right?
I mean, they said it, right? They said they're gonna watch it.
Yeah, I'm
and
glad they're
people are
not
mad
touching.
about that.
Yeah, I'm really happy that they're not touching anything right from the start and they're printing it as is.
Because it could be like Goblin Slayer, right?
Yeah.
Like it could.
Yeah, I
Where-
expect
I
it
think
though.
it's more like it could be fake because Goblin Slayer didn't do anything in Japan.
Oh, it has nothing. It has nothing to do with.
That whole boogeyman mentality of it. I
Yeah,
think.
it has nothing to do with being a boogeyman or not. It has to do completely with like they can't do Nisekoi version E again. So and they know that. They know that. They know that for a fact. But they also can't. They also can't just stay silent, which is what they always do. They always just do like opt to say nothing, do nothing. They can't. They know they can't do that either, which is why literally within an hour of the ban list like coming out, they make a post where they say like, "Oh, we're going to monitor the situation and we will react accordingly." That's more than they've ever done before. Yeah, I'm happy with that response. I know they can't do a Nisekoi version E. I think pre-banning and pre-changing things is really stupid in general.
I just love the idea that this is actually something that prompts an actual English ban list, which could open the way for it to be a real thing. I don't think ban lists are bad. I think ban lists are very healthy for games.
Yeah.
Yes and no.
They're very normal.
I think when you don't just ban for the sake of money and whatever, and you ban for actual like game help, they can be very solid.
Yeah,
so
but
you're not like
the
running
problem
rampant
is
with
the
it.
company is the one holding the rights to the ban list, if that makes sense, right? So I feel like a lot of the times they're just only gonna really be going for the money thing. Like, I'm gonna be quite honest with you. Like I'm not even that big of a Bang Dream fan, but like the Bang Dream bans are like outside of the Kasumi PR. Like,
they were very reasonable. So there was a talk about this in like the card games Discord where a lot of people are very much in agreement that I think Bushiroad is one of the most fair ban list users in the
card games
card games because they don't ban for money. They can't really ban for money because
I think the Bang Dream ban was a bit for money.
No.
What? No, at the time of the ban, it was completely reasonable.
Yeah, those cards, everybody looked at those and was like, oh, thank fucking God they hit these cards. Like, the free price was a little bit of a question mark, but it was very understandable still. It was like, it was a little bit maybe too extra, but it was fine at that time. The problem is, Bushi doesn't unban. Because we talked about this, you can ban off of data. You can't unban off of data. So, there is no data to support saying, this can be unbanned and nothing bad will happen, right? So they don't take the risk.
What's the problem for like letting it run free in that case?
Because it's a risk that Bushi as a company does not have to take. Because yes, there is still some sort of financial interest in this, in where the game's health is on the rise, the popularity of the game is on the rise. Why put in a risk to make a smaller margin of people happy?
I don't think setting action password to 4 is gonna do anything.
No, but it doesn't matter though, right? Like, yes, we can say that, but they only want to look at this from a technical standpoint, and we can't say with 100% certainty that certain things don't, like Emo Swing could actually break Haruhi. We don't know. We will say it doesn't because we can make an assessment off of like
I could actually think that Emo Swing might actually
like,
make
you know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things where we can make an assessment off our personal game knowledge, but why is Bushi gonna take that risk to begin with? There's no interest in it for them. They're not making money off of unbanning this card. They're not printing more Bang Dream Set 2 or like Garupa 1 because these cards get unbanned, right? To sell fucking these cards. So they're just like,
if we
err on the side of caution, and it's fine. Because these cards, we don't need unbans.
If we saw Bushi banning and unbanning for money, we would see shit like we have a new Fate set coming out, taking Fate cards off the ban list. Like, people, like, rumors of Gochi Bloom, unbanning Gochi Yusa. Right now, right before something's about to come out.
Most we got was CG getting unbanned before Shiny Colors announcement, but that doesn't do anything.
Be standard with each other, I don't
think.
They
won't do anything,
it's like, maybe if anything, it may be a little hype because people are like, yeah, CG's unbanned, let me buy CG, and then maybe I'm more interested to buy Shiny Colors. That's as far as they get, but that's not even like a guarantee for profit.
I think we're kind of like running off here on the question though. One thing I want to ask you guys though is like, what's interesting about having two separate ban lists for the game is that Do you think there is a world where Data Live gets banned in English, but the ban list is different than the Japanese one?
Yes.
Possibly.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
I could see it.
Well,
But I
especially
think
because-
Maybe
it's a
not
good
now
chance.
though, but
I think there's a good chance they just copied though, because it's like
well,
Japan did it.
if
so
they
it's
The-
like-
copy,
the-
that
a
creates
lot of them
another
have already done
problem.
for it.
That creates another problem, and I think this was brought up before. This was a question that we had previously. When you have two separate ban lists, and like someone comes into the game and they say, "Why is this English Fate deck that is 99% the same as this JP Fate deck? Why is one legal and one not?" And like, we can understand why that is, but like for newer players, it like it kind of sends a really weird message. So like, I think we will see bans if or and when they do happen be different. Like they might be different. Like the DAO ban list might be different. It might be a choose 2. It might be a choose 4. Who knows? We'll have to see.
We'll see how
like
badly
I
Japan affects the English meta or not.
like I do think it's very reasonable then to just especially because they're not familiar with ban listing, to just copy the DAO ban list, because I think it is the ban list that makes the most sense because it's hitting the 3 problem cards. But should they choose to ban cards later for other sets, they might not always be the same, right? Because the meta of English is not the same as the meta for Japanese. It's nobody had ever looked at Attack on Titan in Japanese and been like, this is a set that might want to ban. Whereas in English, there were a lot of people calling for a ban because AOT did so much more here because the meta it was in was so different. English is not the same game as Japanese. If anybody tries to say it's the same game, they're just full of themselves.
Well,
Not true.
it's approaching a similar point, but like, yeah.
Is it though? Like, I don't know. I feel like
I'm inclined to agree with Jason here, just because like right now in English, like what do you guys think the strongest deck in English right now is? Probably like a toss up between Konosuba and Slime.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Konosuba, Slime,
Fate's up
AOT.
there.
So like as far as the English stuff goes, it always feels like we're kind of like a step behind of Japanese as far as like what's going to be the best decks. But like as time is going on now, we're getting these actual like viable English only sets that will eventually warp everything as far as the English meta goes.
And that's great. Like,
Yeah,
that's great.
yeah. I like that.
very
It's almost like having two
I
different
welcome
formats
that.
now.
It gives me a motivation to play English because I'm not playing the same game twice with just cards I can read and cards I can't. So I'm very happy with it. We'll see what happens though. They might not even ban. They might just say DAO is a one-time mistake because we got ahead of ourselves announcing a set, because usually English kind of waits on that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Yeah.
Only time will tell.
It'll be interesting when or if they do end up hitting Data Live. But yeah.
They might not even hit it considering of all the lack of events that we have.
Yeah, that's one of the big issues. If we don't have events, they have no data to go off of. So,
and then it's quote unquote too late.
Springfest never.
Rest in peace, English South 10th.
Yeah.
Never
all right, so this is probably going to be our last question. Dark Sonic Spear asking, would you like Bushi to continue releasing English only sets, and if so, how frequent should they be? I think kind of what we just said says we want it more, right? Awesome. I think 2 a year is like pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like where it's going.
I wish they did some more simultaneous import sets with it, because we are losing 2 of the 11 sets we get a year crossing over from Japanese to English.
Yeah,
we're super behind that. We might never get a Buddha movie set or South 10th now because of how far.
Oh, we're never getting South 10th. That's just not happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the 11th anniversary now. Too late.
They just released it and called it the 11th anniversary.
Literally a month. It'll be 11. No, they'll have to change the art on every card.
It's cool that they Frozen Bond with Madoka, but if they released the 2 Madoka set together, or if they released re-edit with Konosuba, would have been nice.
Well, I think from the most recent leak that they did, they're not planning to release Madoka together, which is already really sucks for me, because I'm just why would anybody almost ever really invest in English just Magia record mobile set, because the set is actually going to do nothing.
True. Isn't there's no cards for there? I guess you get
there's a couple of cards in there for sure, but if you're playing like the Magia record set, like you're playing a 6-5 Shimikaze combo.
Yeah, you're just singling
like,
it out.
Well, good luck playing a 6-5 Shimikaze
Yeah.
in English, right?
All you're doing is looking at the Japanese deck and saying, all right, so these are the cards I have to single out from this set.
Yeah.
And maybe a
there's
couple other
probably-
spares that might be cool that I want to mess with.
There's probably
and then
not
I
many
just
people
don't.
buying play sets of it.
Yeah, that product is going to be minimal unless you're a big Madoka fan and you just want to own all the cards. Then more power to you.
Jason, don't
I feel like
remind me of my
those
mistakes.
specific. I feel like the set's gonna be so underpulled that those specific singles that's gonna be used for future decks, it's gonna just be so expensive now.
Yeah.
Like Sayaka EP is gonna skyrocket.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sayaka EP, what's her
Sayaka
name?
EP,
Felicia.
Felicia EP. You're gonna have the Kaoru is a common, but that I almost think that's probably gonna be like a $4 or $5 common
Yeah.
because that's like a 4 of in almost every like.
Yeah,
Madoka
and
deck
it's really
now.
powerful for like what the deck wants to do, right? So
Yeah. JC is gonna be big. Trying to think what else.
Ricky.
But in
depending-
every other card in that
Ricky's
set,
not- I don't
depending on
think
which,
Ricky
it's depending on
has
what color
that.
Ricky you want,
already
right?
have access to a Ricky. And,
Yeah, it depends on your color.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe the Rize. We'll see a few bucks, and yeah, that's about it. I think.
everything has to be cheap as hell. But those few cards are gonna be so expensive because of how underpulled they're gonna be.
Yeah.
True. Yeah, Magia record in English is going to be a scam prices.
Yep, you better buy some boxes then for those that really care. Though I don't think there's going to be that many people buying it in English as far as like people caring about being super competitive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess there's also be those people who just buy just because they love Madoka. Don't realize
Yeah.
there's another set coming out in like 4 months after. Like,
Yeah, 'cause
Hey, but that's fine. More power to those people.
Yep.
TBH.
Yeah, because I think if you care about competitive play, you just play Fate because Fate's the better version.
People
of
got to
the
move
deck.
that. People got to move that product for Bushi, otherwise the game's dead.
True.
That's what Bushi's best at, right? That's what this game is great for. Is that people are gonna buy things for the IP, whether they're good or not, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's its niche.
All right. I think with that, we're going to close it out. We'll go ahead and do some shout outs. Kevin, you want to start us off? Do you have any shout outs or anything now that you're here? Any social media you want people to follow you on?
follow me on Kilowa Weiss Schwarz or WS for my Twitter. I'm also doing a little website of my own. Kilowa WS at WordPress.com. You'll see all the resources I make. So stuff like my jargon lists, my WGP stats, just any deck list that tops in Japan. I've also been posting there. I also write on a different blog, Wild Wild Weiss. We also do some small podcasts there, so check them out too. That's all for my shout outs there.
All right, sweet. All right, you usual people, you guys got anything? Nico doesn't have anything. Carmen, you got anything?
Follow me at Prince
No.
Eugen _ White Shores.
All right, wait, Jason, say that again
Follow me at Prince Eugen _ WS. I need my Twitter
on
clout.
Twitter. Yeah, well,
At Beanwolf.
Maybe I'll actually
On
post
Twitter.
Twitter content.
oh man, are your locals open yet, Jason, or no? You're still just
No.
Holy shit.
Mine are.
Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad
Yeah, I know
Carmen's
yours
helping
are,
America
Carmen,
out.
'cause we fucking stomped them.
Oh.
Damn.
Every week,
Do
I
you
see
want me
a
to?
brand
Do you
new
want me to
page.
pull
No
out
wonder.
her? Do you need me to pull
No
out the
wonder.
challenge bracket from the night before?
It's
From
okay.
like
No
Wednesday?
wonder you always get results because your locals is free.
Jesus Christ.
Look, Carmen's like, you want to see the thing from the day before, implying that they weren't just sandbagging to hype yourself
Yeah,
up.
I was holding back my
Meanwhile,
power.
I hear from Nico from across the room on Wednesday. Why is everyone so strong?
Dude, man, he was just playing the long con. He knew what he was doing.
Yeah, multi local conditioning. Got it.
I gotta bring in self-esteem, so hopefully they'll beat our boy Carmen one day.
Oh man. All right, I think with that, we're closing it out. Hopefully there's more content coming soon. I'm actually going to try. I say this every time, but fuck, like literally the lack of any sets I care about, on top of like no competitive scene really going on. Like the only thing going on is the online WGP, which is kind of a joke. I got like cheated in hilariously.
Oh,
Dude, that shit was
Wait,
good.
oh, okay.
Yeah, I was just
Alright,
like,
Carmen,
I haven't been
you.
following the regionals because I'm not allowed
yeah,
to play. in them.
you're like supposed to be auto
I
qualified, right?
haven't been following them either because I was working for all of them.
Yeah, it is.
crap.
There's already been some good memes.
Yeah, I was pretty sad. I really wanted to
There's a
play.
Mahime that's making it to Nats.
Hell
yeah, I
yeah.
saw that. That was pretty funny.
And it's not Dean. What is?
Yeah, it's not Dean.
Oh man. But yeah, we're gonna try to push out some more content a little bit more regularly
All right,
again.
Carmen, me and you, we can make something for Beaufry.
Mhm.
Um,
Wait, isn't he already doing
I've
both?
been waiting for my playset.
Yeah, but for English.
It's
Yeah.
basically the same thing.
I'll be too busy spending all my money on maxing Kaguya for English. So,
oh boy.
We can talk about Kaguya too.
huh?
We can talk about Kaguya. I have to pay attention to that set because I'm buying it in
Yeah.
English. It's the
Yeah,
A few
buying
more,
it for me.
few more days till Kaguya comes out.
yeah,
Oh,
set
yeah, it's
looks
almost
pretty.
alright.
Set looks good top end, bad early game. The
What for Kaguya?
XD.
yeah, all the level one combos are all the level
Level
one
one
combos.
combo.
Are bad.
Zero, the zero looks fine. The
Yeah,
level one,
zero's great. Zeros are great. Level. What is it? Sorry.
We've seen
level.
plenty of good decks with mediocre level one combos. So it'll
Yeah,
be
Summer Pocket and Summer Pocket and Summer Pocket.
yeah. Honestly,
Yep. All right. I think I think the next real content coming out for me will probably be for Rent a Girlfriend whenever I get stuff for that.
Hell yeah, I gotta buy that too.
oh
Yeah.
well, Nico. We
I have
got
to-
Nico and I want to do like
Your
a summer
SMP thing?
pocket
Yeah,
route.
I
SMP
was gonna
roundtable.
talk to you guys about this later, but I really don't want to do set reviews anymore because one, I think I hate
Yeah.
how much time they take. Two, PGHY Shorts is like on that shit all the time, which is good. So I don't want to touch that stuff anymore. But what I wanted to do with like our group and our team is that like if one of us gets a really big interest in a set and like develop like spends a lot of time on it, for example, like Nico and Carmen do a lot of SMP and stuff, I'd like maybe we can get together and have you guys do like a 10-minute short video where it's like a rundown of the things you like found cool in the set and stuff like that, or and your thoughts on the set, you know, things like that. Because I was originally supposed to do something like this with Jason originally, but then I just never got around to do it with Grisaya because we were both really hyped about Grisaya.
Yeah. I think I got solved before we could do
yeah.
anything.
Pretty much. So I kind of want to try to start doing something like that again, especially if it's someone in our group has a very big vested interest in a set. So maybe in the future we'll see a little bit more of these like shorter form contents prepared for everyone. But yeah, other than that, hopefully we have some content coming out in the next few days or so. And I should get recordings this weekend, so maybe we'll have more matches to actually commentate on. But besides that, though, we'll be seeing you all later. Have a good night.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
See ya.
Have a good
Bye
one, guys.
bye.